Hey guys, we're here at Smokin' Joe's. This has got the best meat in the 405. If you haven't ate here yet, you got to.
Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. From our mouth-watering meats to our homemade sides, every dish is crafted to perfection. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch.
Come join us at Smokin' Joe's.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Jeff here with Triton Foundation Repair. I'm here to remind you that we always have and always will offer free foundation evaluations to Oklahomans. At Triton, we know your home is a big investment and your money is hard-earned. So when you call us for a free evaluation, our specialists will perform a thorough foundation evaluation and only give an estimate when foundation repair is necessary. So visit TritonOK.com to schedule your free foundation evaluation.
Where are we going to eat at?
Ding, 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 ding.
If your friend doesn't buckle up, be annoying until they do. Don't be a ding-a-ling. Buckle up.
Ding, ding.
At Ortho Central, our goal is simple, to make your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after your grandkids, or simply enjoying a day without pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and now Newcastle, Ortho Central's team of surgeons, physicians, physical therapists, and athletic trainers are committed to helping you live your best life. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
Country Equipment is your locally owned full-service dealer of Kubota, Polaris, Skag, and Hustler equipment. Whether it's for 2 or 200 acres, Country Equipment has the Kubota tractor and attachments to help you get the job done. Country Equipment carries a full line of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and more from top brands like Echo and Steel. Mowers from brands like Kubota, Hustler, and Skag are sure to keep your place looking great all year round. Plus a full parts and service department for all the brands we carry. Come see us today at your locally owned Country Equipment.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meat, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971.
All right, welcome to Tiger TV. We are on the first edition of the 23-24 Coaches Show. It's been a while, Coach, since we did a show, but we are at Smokin' Joe's right now. We're live, and awesome night. I'm Kevin Rogers. I'll be hosting. Eli Pagel, the voice of the Tuttle Tigers, is here with us. Eli just landed.
I did. Wheels down in Oklahoma City
down.
about 26 minutes
That's awesome.
ago.
Yeah, got here just in time to put the headsets on, and we are here. Coach, how's it going this year?
Going good. Ready to get back out there tomorrow. Last week was a tough one, but kids have had a good week. They're excited. They're ready to get back out there. Glad to be back home. Weather's cooling a little bit, so everything's sitting on go. We're ready. Just got done with team dinner, so
perfect.
Hayes in the barn, and let's see what happens. Ready to tee it up tomorrow.
Right. It's go time now.
Good. Well, we got a great show lined up for you in a little bit. Coach Job, Jet Job, head basketball coach, is going to be with us here in a little bit, and then later head coach Bobby Williams, wrestling coach, will be here with us as well. So if you got somebody that you know that would want to tune in, text them right now. Tell them to go to @TuttleTigerTV on YouTube and join us. We're live at Smokin' Joe's. Eli, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, hey, first thing is, I'll say this Smokin' Joe smells a lot better than the locker room
Heck
where
yeah.
we used to do these coaches shows.
Right.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
Kevin, good job on the upgrade.
Yes.
of the digs for the coaches show. I'm liking that. So absolutely, man. Great start to the season. The weather now is much better. Hot to start this season, but started off 2-1. Win the first 2 weeks. Cash, Noble, the Guthrie game, which was a really good game, and so seeing some really good things from the players. And I was listing off earlier the seniors. How many seniors are on this team, Coach?
Oh gosh, what is 16, I believe?
Yeah, it's a bunch. I think I counted 17, but I probably miscounted as I was.
No, I would be
plane.
the one that miscounts. I'm just telling you.
So, and then and I didn't know what the managers as well. Probably quite a few senior managers out there helping them out as well. And the cool thing is you look at where these seniors are playing on the defensive side of the ball. That back seven is full of seniors back there. You got that back three, the cornerbacks. You got Major Sharp, Mark Douglas, Gabe Avalar back there, a senior as well. And Gabe is an interesting story. He didn't play last year, did he?
No, sir. He hasn't played since 8th grade. And every year we ask him. I mean, we've put some of our best recruiting pitches on that turkey, and it took us a while. And, I think it's important. He wants to be out there with his brothers. There's 3 of them, and those opportunities don't come around very often to share the field with your brother and all friends with everyone. We were so happy when he said he wanted to come and play. And, he asked me, like, hey, Coach, do you mind? And I said, do I mind? No. Gosh, yeah. I wish you'd come out 3 years ago. But, we're just happy to have him and all the other seniors. I mean, you look at all the games these guys have played. You were talking about the back end. Mark Douglas has played in a lot of football games and done really well. Gabe is the new one. Major has played in a lot of games at free safety and at corner, where he's playing most of his time right now. We got McDoulet out there at outside backer. Joe Wright was our leading returning tackler inside. So there are a lot of guys out there that have had playing time. It's been such a good class. This senior class, I could talk about them for a long time. And, it's bittersweet when you start their senior season. You're so excited for them, but you're like, man, these guys, they've really done a lot for us.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet for me because I want them to enjoy the new facility and all those things. And it's really heartbreaking for me to not be able to walk in there with them and them have that opportunity. But, you talk about being displaced and not having the locker room. Your internet doesn't work, or you can't watch film, or you can't do laundry, and there's just so many things right now that these kids could be mad about or upset about. They don't complain. We talked about at the beginning of the summer. Listen, there's no excuses, nothing. If we practice in the parking lot, we're going to practice in the parking lot. I mean, if that's what's available that day, by God, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
And these guys have really done a good job. I've been so proud of their attitudes. They've been super. Got to start at home. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it, but we were walking out for kickoff that night against Cash, and I'm like, wow, this is the first game in the new stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, we better not screw this up.
Right. Let's break it
in.
There's
a lot of pressure right there.
So, it's so exciting right now. Everything that's going on around here, it's going to be, when it's done, it's going to be as good as any you've been in. But for us right now, it's a whole lot of I don't know what's going to happen today.
It's week to week. I mean, it changes week to week. What's available, what's not available, what they got done, what they're working on. Where the route you've got to take to the practice field changes. And so while you show up on Friday night and it's like, hey, this thing's close, and then throughout the week there's construction going on all over the place trying to get it 100% done. And so it's to use a football analogy, you're calling audibles all week, about how to get where and do what and all those things. And so, yeah, credit to these kids for having that mentality. And I think you saw the age of this group, because 17 seniors on a football team, that's a group with some experience. And I think you saw that come out last week in the Guthrie game. They didn't get rattled in that game. That's a cool, tough place to go play. They got a big sign down there in the end zone that says, "Welcome to the Rock." And you got second base down there behind the other, end zone that you're, kind of mesmerized by, like, what exactly is going on here? This is kind of a hybrid football, baseball setup. But they did fantastic last week in terms of keeping their composure. Because there was a couple times that thing could have really taken a turn in that game. But you really saw the experience of this team and just the sheer number of games that they have under their belt really helped last week.
There's no doubt about it, Eli. That's a great point. And, you know, we've been fortunate enough to play 2 or 3 rounds in the playoffs at least, you know, for the past several years. So you start adding those 2 or 3 up years for a couple of years. That's almost a half extra season. Or, you know, I think when my son graduated that career, it almost played a full extra season. It's just the amount of games that our kids get to play here has been awesome. And we've been really fortunate to have good players. But that extra experience, man, that's where it's at. I mean, and for a kid that plays, oh, yeah, you're going to play a season and a half. Or, you know, that's awesome.
Yep.
But it shows up. And, gosh, the Guthrie thing, when Coach BB called me, we've been friends for a while, but when he called me several years ago and said, hey, next time we do this, what do you think? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm in. Let's go. I would love to bring our kids to the Rock.
Yeah.
And we've actually re-upped for 2 more years.
Awesome.
So week 0 next year will be at the Rock.
Oh, very cool.
Cool place. Now, that defense they have is one of the best. We were talking about it in the offices, coaches. Several years ago, we went down to Wagner in the quarterfinals and played against that team that was all seniors.
Yep.
And since that team, that's the best defense we've seen. I mean, you saw it. We're running 2-man pass routes because we have to use 8 people to protect, and we're still rushed.
Yeah, that was a stingy defense. I mean, they were playing, from what I could see, they were playing basically a true cover 0 man.
They are
back there, locking up man on man, not dropping any help back there.
Mm-hmm.
And what that gives them, you know, 7, 8, 9 to bring.
Yep.
At any time they want, depending on how many you spread out there. So that's just the sheer numbers of that is hard.
And they weren't going to change. I mean, from the games before, we had to put our 5 linemen up there, and then those guys we've been using as fullbacks and tight ends had to stay there all night because they were going to bring those big guys off the edge. It didn't matter what we did. So we felt like that gave us the best chance to get a body on a body. We were able to go down and score the first possession. You know, I think they had gone 17 quarters without being scored on or something.
That's the first point scored at the Rock this year.
You know, it's not enough. I mean, there's some small, I don't say victories in there, but there's some things we can take out of there that we did well, but we made way too many little mistakes to win a big game.
Yep.
You know, the muff punt, we had a chance at a couple interceptions. We threw in 1 interception I didn't like at all. The last one we were trying to take a shot. It was close. And,
you were driving down the field, it was a really good drive, and you had your chance, and you had it. Honestly, that one, he just didn't have a chance. We talked about it on the broadcast. He just didn't have a chance to quite get his hips under him and really put his arm into it. But the play was there. I mean, the receiver was open in the corner of the end zone, and so had the chance. It's that close. Which again, there's no moral victories. We're not going to start taking. We don't do that here in Tuttle, but some really good things came out of that game.
But I think the non-negotiables, and you know this because you played here.
Yep.
You're going to go out there, you're going to lay it on the line, you're going to play hard.
Yep, absolutely.
We either win or they're dragging us off the field while we're still fighting. And I thought our kids did. I was really pleased with their attitude, their effort. Like you said, they never seemed rattled to me.
Right.
You know, and we're playing a sophomore quarterback most of the time, and it's all new to him. And, I mean, I'm telling him all the time, hey, that's as fast as that stuff's going to move now.
Absolutely.
That's fast.
Absolutely.
So there's some things that we can pull from there and take with us on our journey and put in our toolbox for the next game.
Yep. And that game last week, one of the seniors that played really well, Beck Vargas.
Sure did.
There on the defensive line played phenomenal, as well as Luke Falwell behind him at the linebacker spot. So, again, that senior leadership stepping up.
It is.
And then those big guys on the front, I mean, they had their hands full all night.
There was that number 15 from Guthrie. I don't know if we could have got our hands on him in a phone booth. I mean, that sucker, he was so fast. After the first possession, Jace came over. And now Jace has started 3 years.
Right. He's got some games under his belt.
He's seen it all. He's been knocked on his tail. He's got up. He's fought, scratched, claw. Jace comes over to me. It's after the first series, and he kind of looks at me. Jace, you know him. He's like a grandpa. He doesn't say much.
Right.
So I'm like, uh-oh, this is going to be good. He goes, Coach, that guy's fast. he goes, he's real fast. Yeah. And for Jace to say that, I was like, yeah, that's an ultimate compliment from Jace.
Yeah,
so,
And on the front, seniors on that line, you got Jace Warren, Cody Abston, Kason Rackley, Tandon White, those guys down there. They did a really good job. But, again, that's going to be a tough task for anybody all year.
It is, and that's why we scheduled it. You know that.
Yep.
I mean, if we're going to be great when it matters, we got to go through those things. We got to see it.
Yeah, and that was the cool thing, even from a fan perspective, as you're there at the Rock last week. For those of you that went, and those of you that watched on the broadcast, you probably felt the energy. I mean, that was as close to playoff energy as you're going to get in a Week 3 game ever.
I agree.
I mean, it's hard to replicate that energy and that intensity. And both teams, I thought, brought great energy. It was a packed house. That's a game that really helps you know where you're at and really helps you build, because you're not going to see another environment like that until it's a big rivalry game or playoffs.
I agree. And you know, probably 8 years from now, somewhere in that range, we're probably going to be in 5A.
Yep.
You know, and that's a top-end 5A team, in my opinion. That's a top 4 or 5 every year, and I feel like we are in 4A. So we have to learn what the difference is between 4A and 5A, and we have to get ourselves there. I mean, this season is our 10th season in Class 4A.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it took a couple of years to get used to what's the difference. Well, you saw it the other night in 5A, it's linemen.
Yep.
The sheer amount of people they can put on the field on the front end. And, you know, they weren't having to play guys on offensive and defensive line. And, you know, I don't care who we play up there, but depth does matter.
Yeah.
And it's a war of attrition at some point.
Especially in a game that's as physical as that game was. You know, sometimes you get games where people are running and gunning and it's not, but when it's physical like that and you're getting beat up, it's tough to do it every down on both sides of the ball. That's the reason there's only one guy in college doing it at a high level right now, Travis Hunter at Colorado, because it's hard to do. You got to be a bit of a freak to do it.
Sure do.
And it's tough when you got fresh bodies out there banging around against you. So, yeah, that was a great test, great kind of look. And just to give people a point of reference, I was class of 03, was on the 01 championship team. In our district was Deer Creek, who's now 6A2.
Huge.
Yeah.
You know, and Piedmont, who I
Right.
think is bumping to 6A
They
next
are.
go-around.
Yes, sir.
So that's the kind of growth that can happen, and those schools moved up quick. But that's
Rapidly.
who we were playing back in the day, and
Yep.
so – yeah, we're going to be 5A. Don't kid yourselves.
Yeah.
Right, better get used to it. It's what we've been talking about around our house. Better get used to playing the Carl Alberts and the Guthries and you know the teams that are in the 5A. Hey, I want to take a break right here real quick. We're going to take a quick break on Tiger TV, and we'll be back with more from Coach Ballard in just a minute.
At Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle, we're more than just a restaurant. We're part of the community. Our friendly staff and warm atmosphere create a welcoming environment for our guests. Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch, Tuttle.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
Welcome to today's matchup between the North and South College All-Stars. The starting quarterback for the North All-Stars today is Lightning Hands McBreakerbox from North Central Oklahoma Generators. And starting for the South is Kilowatt. No last name on that? That's it.
That's it.
You're those dudes from Arrow Electric. You guys get out of here.
I told you we should stick to what we're best at. Football? No, electrical work. For all your electrical needs, call Arrow Electric. Service to the point.
At Ortho Central, we're committed to making your life better. Whether it's getting you back to the sport you love, chasing after grandkids, or easing chronic pain. With locations in Norman, Midwest City, and Newcastle. Ortho Central, we're part of your team.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband.
Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available.
Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing.
Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today.
High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Country Equipment Rentals is the spot for all the tools to help you get those projects done. Whether it's a power washer, jackhammer, stump grinder, or tiller, or if you need something a little bigger like a tractor and brush hog, skid steer, excavator, or even a bulldozer, Country Equipment Rentals is the place to go.
All right, and we are back on Tiger TV. We're live at Smokin' Joe's right now, talking with Coach Brad Ballard here, head coach of the Tuttle Tigers. Got Jet Job coming up here in just a few more minutes, head basketball coach, and then later we're going to be talking to Bobby Williams, our head wrestling coach. Great conversation so far, guys. I enjoy listening to you guys talk, so I'm going to let y'all just keep talking.
Hey, absolutely. Well, a couple other kids I want to mention that play. We talked about Holden Connor, Noah McDougall, Brody Bliss. How many positions has he played this year?
Gosh,
across the field.
Defensive. He's played nose, end. He plays linebacker every day in practice. He can play tailback. We've tried to teach him fullback. He's done about everything, and that's the thing, man. I love that kid.
Yeah.
That kid works.
Yep.
And program kids like that, and he's a selfless kid. He doesn't complain. He works. He smiles. And it's important for us to try to find a spot out there where he can excel. Not only just go do, but excel. And I think you're seeing that third down package evolve with some faster D linemen, a little bit quicker, and some different things Coach Warren can do. We tried it for the first time at team camp this summer in June. And like, Bliss, you good? And he goes, I don't care, whatever, and he did it. And I think it's been a natural fit for him. But the ability for he and number 5, Vargas, to do that has let us keep Jace and Cody on the field. And if they're out there on defense, maybe not out there together.
Yep.
And that's so important for them to be able to finish the game on offense.
Absolutely, especially these first games when it's hot and you're getting into rhythm and all those things. So, you look out there and you always try and see, and you call his name and you're like, where did he come from? I don't know what position he was lined up at that time, but he was in on the play, and he's in on them a lot of the time. So, Ty Hudson's playing well out there
at
the Spur Bandit on defense a lot of times, getting good reps. That's one that, again, you talk about that depth. When McAdoo needs a break, he runs all the way down the field on offense, needs a little breather. Here comes Hudson to give him that break. So it's nice to have those guys that you can trust and not have to really worry about putting out there so that other guy can get a
and you got to
breather.
have them. You got to have them. We're not going to make – we talk about that all the time, and kids think it's coach talk. But, if we're going to play this thing 14 weeks and do what we want to do, it's going to take every one of them.
Yep.
And somebody will go down or somebody gets knocked up, banged up, knocked around. We got to have those guys.
Yep.
Everybody's got to be ready to step in. When it's your turn, you got to be ready to go.
Yep.
And they've done that so far.
Yeah, you're always one injury away from being the guy.
Yes, sir.
So you got to be ready there. One place that we are fortunate to have what I would call almost extreme depth is the running back position. That's a bit of a three-headed monster back there. And the only bad thing about it is you might have one guy that drives all the way down the field and the other guy gets in and scores the touchdown.
that first game especially, we hand the ball off to McAdoo about, 4 or 5 times in a row. We get down inside the 20, and I look out there and I start calling him Yakadoo because he's throwing
right.
up.
Yes,
you saw it on TV.
I did.
Yeah. He starts throwing up. So, those things don't even – I guess I'm so locked in on the next play, I'm not thinking about who scores or whatever. So I'm like, all right, Sean, go,
Right.
So Sean scores or Luke goes and scores. And then after the game, somebody said, hey, Mac had a ton of yards tonight, but he didn't score. I think it was Draper.
It was Draper, yeah. I think Draper brought it to your attention, yeah.
Drake told me, and I was like, are you serious? He goes, yeah. I said, I don't even know that. I'm just trying to get the ball in the end zone. I don't care who's got it, but we're so fortunate. And those guys have done a wonderful job in practice of taking care of each other, talking to each other, communicating. Brady might be better at something than Sean is, but Brady's telling Sean about it, or Sean asked him about it, or, Luke is just a bruiser.
Yeah.
And Luke's playing pretty well at linebacker too. So, he's taking probably more of a beating physically than he did a year ago.
Yes.
But he's still going to get his carries.
Yeah.
And you talk about 3 guys you want to be around. Max just goofy. Sean, we call him Gecko. Because he was the national champion in Greco-Roman wrestling this summer for his age group. So I've been calling him Gecko, and he doesn't quite know how to think that. But and then Luke's just top of the line quality kid. Never complains, smiles a lot, works hard. We got some really good kids, and those 3 are, as a group, are exactly what we need.
Yeah, because that's one, and they're different backs too. That's the cool thing is it's not, you don't have 3 that are just carbon copies of each other. You get 3 different looks when you roll those guys out there. You got McAdoo, who's shifty and he can break it loose. You got Roundsville, who gets really, really close to the ground a lot of times, but doesn't touch it somehow.
Yeah, unbelievable balance.
And then Luke will just lower that shoulder and run you over, and big-bodied. So really cool to see the different looks that come through from those three,
It's fun.
and a nightmare for a defense.
I hope so. I hope so. We think it's important here at Tuttle to establish the running game. We think that's how you win when it matters the most. When you get late season and all those things. The passing game and stuff is fancy, and we love it. If we can throw it, I want to throw it. I'm an old quarterback, so I love it. But you have to stop the run. You have to be able to run the football to win when it matters, and we're excited about those three.
Yeah, absolutely great weapons to have. We talked about it a little bit earlier, the stadium, kind of the new digs there. Richardson Family Stadium looks gorgeous. I mean, it's just a really cool setting. It's going to be really cool when the sun starts going down earlier and the lights are on, and just the atmosphere there. Talk a little bit about what that does in terms of home field advantage and what that brings for a program like Tuttle.
I think it's important for the community. I know the first time I ever came to Tuttle was back in 1996 or 7, and I drove through town, and the thing that stuck with me is the football field is right in the middle of town, right there on Main Street.
Right.
Man, I thought, oh, that's cool. That's my kind of place, and I think when you drive through this town, you see this and you go, okay, that's what that should look like.
Right.
The people in Tuttle are hardworking, unbelievable people. Great community, and they support every team, every club we have in our school. And this is just a show place for all of those. I mean, right now you can look out there, the band's using it. There will be people here all the time. Little League fills it up on Saturdays.
Yep.
I mean, junior high. We had junior high games here the other night, and it's just fun. I mean, it's something to be proud of. And you can't take it for granted. The Richardson family is very, very generous to match what our community agreed to do. Our community was good for the $9 million bond, and the Richardson family decided to match it. So it took it from what was going to be what we needed to what everybody wants.
Yeah.
And hopefully set us up for the next 20 years in Tuttle for all of the kids coming through. I mean, those Little League guys, when they step out here and play, they go, hey, that's my home, man.
Right.
That's it. So it's important. The kids are excited about it. I really, 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 really hope that we can get those seniors in there before the season's over. I would like for them to be able to call that home for a while,
Absolutely. And even from a fan and from a Tiger TV perspective, man, it's really cool. The vantage point from up there on top is really awesome. Got a great view. You can see all the way down to the other end of town, 8 miles out from up there. And so it's a really cool spot. Great, atmosphere again. So they've done a great job with that. Excited to get it done, 100% in. Me being a tech guy, I love the lights.
Oh, yeah.
Score a touchdown. We want to score as much as we can to flash those lights on and off.
Hey, whatever goes, man. Whatever. If we're scoring, y'all can flash them all you want. I don't have anything to do with it. Somebody called me from the Oklahoman the other day. Hey, we heard your lights flash. I'm like, yeah, they do. It wasn't my idea. I don't know anything about it. I know they did flash the other night.
Yep.
So it's cool. The kids love that stuff, man. And our kids in Tuttle work as hard as anyone. And they pay the price to be out there. So just to see them have something really, really nice. And hey, don't get me wrong, man. I love what we had.
Right. No, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I think the important thing for us is to make sure that we never forget where we came from.
Yep.
And we remember what the stacked tees mean.
Yep.
We know that. We always talk about the past, what it was like, old pictures, things like that.
Yeah.
We're never going to forget that. That is a have to for me. And this is new, but our roots are still there.
No, it's cool because it's a what I would call a legacy project. I mean, it just builds on that legacy that's been being built for years and years and years. Even some of the guys that I know from back in the 50s and 60s when they lost, and this is going to sound crazy, when they lost championship games, semifinal games on penetrations.
Yeah.
The other team got inside the red zone more than they did,
right.
And that was the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And so this is a legacy that's been being built for generations, and it's cool to see where it's come. It's also cool to look back, where it has come from. Like you talked about, those old big concrete bleachers that we had back in the day when I was there in the thick grass back there. So to see where it's at, it's really cool, and the future's bright.
Amen. And, the Hinkle family was so kind to us several years ago when we put the turf in.
Yep.
And they brought me a big collage of stuff, and it's got the old bleachers and Mr. Hinkle and his story, how he started the field, and, to have those roots and that history here and then for the Richardson family and our community to partner together and make something just spectacular out of this site already. It's just, I think it's a win for everyone, and hopefully it sets this place and these kids and this school up for the next 20 years.
Gotcha. We getting close on time,
Yeah,
Kevin?
we're almost there. You got
so
anything
I
else?
got one more thing. I got to,
go.
in this day and age, you got the prime effect going on in college football and all that. He's got his sunglasses. Jordan Brand, we're sponsored Jordan Brand partnership. Has that helped your sneaker collection at all?
Absolutely. Now, I'm not much of a sneakerhead, but my daughter is. So she thinks it's the right thing to do to pick me out new pairs of Jordans. You'll see more of it in football a year from now when it becomes more available to us. But our coaches and stuff all have the Jordan gear. It's really cool. The Coach Prime, all that stuff, that's awesome. Man, if the kids love it, hey, I'm in. If it gets them fired up, let's go. I love Jordan. I love Nike. I love everything we've done. I mean, there's things you haven't seen yet. You might see some of them tomorrow. You might see some of them next week. Just surprises and things like that we have for the kids. They don't know about yet, but they know something's coming. So we're really fired up. I'm just excited to get back out on this field for these kids again, man.
Absolutely. You strike me as a Jordan 1 low kind of guy.
That's exactly what I am.
Okay, all right. I'm more of an 11 guy myself. 11 low, that's kind of what I like. But
that's my age. 19 let's see, that'd have been 1986, 87. I got the red and white Jordans.
Okay.
Because that was my junior high basketball team. And it was
wearing Reeboks because that's what Michael J. Fox wore,
Gotcha.
all the time. So I was wearing the Reeboks back in those days. But hey,
I upgraded from New Balance basketball shoes to Jordan basketball shoes from 7th to 8th grade. So we're in the right direction, still trending. I can't do the shiny stuff very well.
Yep.
So
we'll get you there. Don't worry.
Hey, as long as our collar can stay blue, we're gonna be fine, man.
Right. Well, Eli had the shoes last, 2 years ago when we were doing coaches shows. Remember those bright?
I do. Those were the Westbrooks. I like the Westbrooks are
awesome
nice. I've got some new Jordans. I got some Air Jordan 1 Space Jams that I like to wear.
Yeah.
So
hey, can I say something real quick before we move on to Coach Job? It does my heart good every day. My first year here, this is my 10th season now, but my first year here, I remember sitting in that old field house with Coach Job and talking to him. He wasn't playing football at the time when I took the job, and we had a conversation. I said, Jet, we really need you, And he came out. He had a tremendous year, one of the better quarterbacks we've had here in the past 10 years. And to see he and his family come back and get back in this community.
Yep.
I'm just so excited. I walk into high school every morning and I see Coach Job in the gym, and it makes my day, man. It makes my day.
That's exciting to see that going on. We're going to talk to him about that a little bit. Coach, thanks for coming out. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being a part of this. We'll do it again. We'll do it again soon, and hopefully back here on the patio when the sun's down a little bit.
Absolutely.
So
Beautiful.
And we can turn around and show that stadium off behind us. That's kind of the plan. But today the sun was miserable at that point in time, so wouldn't have been possible. But again, thanks for coming out. We're going to take another break on Tiger TV for just a couple of minutes, and when we come back, we'll be here with Jet Job. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Navigating through Medicare.
Welcome to today's matchup between the North and South College All-Stars. The starting quarterback for the North All-Stars today is Lightning Hands McBreakerbox from North Central Oklahoma Generators. And starting for the South is Kilowatt. No last name on that? That's it.
That's it.
You're those dudes from Arrow Electric. You guys get out of here.
I told you we should stick to what we're best at. Football? No, electrical work. For all your electrical needs, call Arrow Electric. Service to the point.
Al's Heat and Air is a proud supporter of the Tuttle Tigers. Serving the Tuttle area for almost 40 years, we work on all makes and models. As a trained comfort specialist, we sell the best and service the rest. Al's Heat and Air,
405-381-3602.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
RSP Photography brings you professional quality action shots in the metro area. We offer team pricing for action shots, team photo shoots, and graphic designs. RSP Photography, you cheer on the team and we'll focus on the action.
How did you not see that? Are you blind?
You got to sell it a little more. Get your hands involved and maybe even a stomp of the foot.
How did you not see that? Are you blind?
That was perfect.
Okay, you go.
Okay, all right. How did you not hear that? Clearly a slap. How'd you not hear that?
Okay, you might make sure that you're showing the scratch, right? Hit yourself a little harder so he actually hears that sound.
Can you not see their arm is red?
Hey guys, we're here at Smokin' Joe's. This has got the best meat in the 405. If you haven't ate here yet, you got to.
Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. From our mouth-watering meats to our homemade sides, every dish is crafted to perfection. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch.
Come join us at Smokin' Joe's.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV. We are here live at Smokin' Joe's. If you hadn't had dinner tonight, there's still time. Smokin' Joe's closes at 8 p.m., so come on down and grab some Smokin' Joe's. We got Jet Jobe here with us, head basketball coach. Jet, welcome to Tiger TV. I don't have to welcome you to Tuttle because you're your family, like the rest of us. All three of us high school graduates here. We all graduated from this place a few decades apart.
Right.
That's all right.
We're representing each generation, I think.
Each generation. Yeah. So which generation am I? Would that be the geezers, maybe?
I don't know what the official title is. Maybe the first or second generation.
I don't know anymore. Yeah. But, no, we're glad to have you and glad you're back in Tuttle again and looking forward to a great basketball season. You inherited a good program, a good group of guys, and it's going to be fun to see the game you put on the floor this year. I'm really excited about that, to see how it comes around. I know the guys are excited, and like Coach Ballard said just a minute ago, that we come in the morning and there you are in the gym with 4, 5, 6 players, all ages out there, and you're working with the kids. And then I noticed even Richie Overcash, one of our senior players, out there helping to work with some of the younger guys. So it's really exciting to see what's going on.
Oh yeah, well first off, thanks for having me out. Again, Tuttle's just a special place, and Coach Ballard said it. These guys just work hard, and it's easy. I just show up, and then the kids show up and get extra shots in. So
yeah, works good.
Nice. So basketball's had some good runs, made some playoff runs here the past couple of years. I'm sure you're looking to kind of build on that. What can we expect to see from a Jet Jobe coached team out there? You Billy Tubbs run and gun kind of deal, or what are we going to see?
Definitely. I mean, I picked up from my coaches and Coach Muser. One, he gave us some freedom, let us run up and down the floor, shoot it, and then definitely playing in college shaped my philosophy a lot. And so we're going to try to get up and down the floor and hopefully be pretty fun to watch.
Awesome. So tell the fans, for those that may not know you, so 2015 graduate of Tuttle, what sports did you play while you were here?
Played football, basketball, and ran a little track.
Okay.
So Coach Ballard was my coach my senior year, so he said it. I see him every day first morning, and it's just awesome, to see the coach side and then to see now the actual coaching side and all the ins and outs, and it's just a joy to talk to him every day.
Awesome. So you talked about playing in college. Where did you play in college, and how was that experience for you, and how did transition from Tuttle to college, how was that transition for you?
So I started out at Mississippi State my freshman year, and that was just a great experience. Got a lot of practice time, didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but man, just traveling to all those great places, Kentucky, LSU, got to see a few NBA players now and then, and so that was just special. And then coming back and playing at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and man, we got better every year, and it was just a great experience. Ended up going to the NCAA tournament, and we got beat in the second round, so the round of 32, and it was just special. We had a special group of guys that sacrificed for each other, and I think that's what Tuttle's all about. And I started out staying down in Southeast Oklahoma, coached at a place called Rock Creek for a year, and then Clara. So my last 2 years we got a lot better, and then obviously just coming back home to Tuttle is amazing. All the upgrades. Again, I think Coach Ballard said it. The only thing similar about the stadium is that little red scoreboard.
Right,
so
right. Which is short-lived.
Exactly,
it's short-lived.
Exactly. But I think I might have pulled my highlights up the other day, and it just looks completely different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been a great experience so far. First month or so at Tuttle. So.
Yeah. So what was it like to realize kind of the moment you realized, hey, this might actually happen? I might actually get to go home and be the coach there.
Honestly, I'm 27 years old. It was a little surprising. I didn't think, obviously this was a goal of mine, but I didn't think it would happen this quick. So, just a little shocked and just grateful to come back home.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you're back. Looking forward to great things and building on the program there, and excited to see Jet Jobe brand of basketball here at Tuttle. That's exciting. Kevin does a lot more basketball than I do, so he's more familiar with the ins and outs of it.
Oh yeah.
But he has a great time calling those games.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Coach Draper and I do the live broadcast for the basketball games. Last season we did them, and Coach Draper would be here right now, but he happens to be in South Carolina playing in a
adult baseball tournament.
World Series, I think he
yeah,
said. So
I think World Series T-ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Coach, Coach, I hope you're watching right now, because we're definitely giving you a hard time. But we have a good time doing that, and it's a lot of fun calling the basketball games, getting to do 2 games a night, girls and the guys, and we got a great basketball program and a good thing going on right now. Great gym to play in. It's a great environment, and so I'm looking forward to getting to. We're gonna have to come up with some catchphrase like jet ball, turn on the Jets or something.
Oh, it writes itself.
Yeah,
I mean, there'll be plenty of opportunities.
We'll have some good ones right there. So
I'm sure he can probably help you with that. He's probably heard some pretty
we'll make
creative
a commercial
ones.
about that. It's like we're trying to figure out some catchphrase or something, because in case you were watching a while ago in the commercial break, we did a season ticket commercial. Got Coach Jobe and head girls basketball coach Combs practicing there, arguing with the officials, and then they get caught by their players in kind of an awkward moment. So that was a lot of fun to do. Have you ever done anything like that before, Jet?
I actually haven't. So I've been smaller schools, but nothing like that. But I think the funny thing is me and Coach Combs got to talking, and we don't talk to the refs so much. So I think it was kind of unique for both of us. So.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen her argue with the officials, so not too worried about that. But it was all just in good fun, and that's just round 1, by the way.
Okay.
That camera is going to show up a lot more over the years. We got a lot more ideas, and so we'll have a lot of fun with that.
I love it.
But most excitingly is the basketball season that's coming up here. So talk about a little bit about some of the opponents we got coming, especially early in the season right here. What do you expect anticipating to be one of our tougher games?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is our conference that we're in is so tough. I've been at the smaller level, but I've always had my eye on Tuttle and the Class 4A. And if you look, the teams that are in the area tournament and the state tournament are in our conference.
Yep.
And then obviously the easy ones to pick out are Blanchard, Newcastle. Those are easily the bigger games for us early on in the season for sure.
Yeah, well, that's good. Talk a little bit about senior players on your team. You got a good group of guys right there, and I already mentioned one of them, Richie Overcash. Richie's one of my favorites, but Gabe, Avalar was a lot of fun, and so I bet you're itching to get him back in the gym right now.
We had a great summer, and those seniors definitely picked up a lot over just a few weeks that we had to work with them. But like you said, Richie's been unbelievable so far. He gets in the gym. He's a great leader. He pushes everybody else around to just be better, and so it's fun to coach him. We've got guys like Noah Clark, who is just so talented. Man, he's going to be special this year. And then I think we've got some guys that got to play a little bit last year in Chad Everett and Jake Pierce.
Yep.
Those guys, I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. And then, like you said, Gabe, man, he's just different. You go out there, you watch him every on the Friday nights.
Yeah.
And he's made plays on the defensive end, and hopefully talking with Coach Ballard, he can make some plays on the offensive end too.
Yep.
So those guys are going to step up, and I think we're going to make some big plays early on in the season.
Yep, I'm sure they will. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Eli, you got anything else here before we take a break and move on to wrestling?
No, again, just excited to have Coach Jobe here. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch this team. I've really been shocked over the last few years how we've really come on in basketball. Tuttle's notorious for being a football school, but
for sure,
man, the success we've had across all the sports and the band program, just all of our programs are top notch right now. And so it's fun because you go from football to high level boys and girls basketball into baseball, who won last year, so it's nonstop here at Tuttle, that's what we're about.
Right.
We come to play, we're going to work hard, and we want to win.
Yep.
And so it's fun to see that and to build that tradition. And it's always good to have people who understand that come back and understand what it's about, what this town's about.
Yep.
It's fun to see those people come back and be successful. You're always rooting for those kids that graduate, and so to see them be successful, come back and share that success with us, that's fun. So we're excited.
For sure.
And we've had a few kids go on and be successful, a lot of different things, so especially in athletics. So excited for this season. Thanks for coming out tonight and joining us. We'll do this again and get you involved in it. And then we would have Coach Combs as well, but Coach Combs also happens to be out of town right now. And we tried to get Coach Rebecca Cobb, our softball coach, and she's out
finish up their season. They're favorite for the state title this year.
Getting ready for a big tournament this weekend. They've already settled in, so looking forward to some exciting news out of their camp soon, so we'll get them involved in future coaches shows, but we'll obviously let people know when they're going to be, and thanks for tuning in. Jet, thanks for coming. We're going to take another break right here, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes, and Bobby Williams, head wrestling coach, will be with us.
Stay ahead of the curve and keep your small engines running right this offseason. At Simmer Sales and Service, we have you covered. Bring your equipment over for a full winter tune-up or repair. Our full-service shop is ready for you just 2 miles east of Tuttle. We're locally and family-owned. You'll leave saying, Simmer, good people.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
At Jamie Joe's, our burgers are handmade with 100% pure beef. From our grill to your table, you'll love every bite.
Jamie Joe's, half-price burgers all day Monday.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa-certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
How long's it been since you had pizza? I mean good pizza. Piping hot, cheesy pizza that'll make your mouth water. At the Pizza Shop, we make old school pizza at old school prices. The Pizza Shop, 410 East Main, Tuttle.
How did you not see that? Are you blind?
You got to sell it a little more. Get your hands involved and maybe even a stomp of the foot.
How did you not see that? Are you blind?
That was perfect.
Okay, you go.
Okay, all right. How did you not hear that? Clearly a slap. How'd you not hear that?
Okay, you might make sure that you're showing the scratch, right? Hit yourself a little harder so he actually hears that sound.
Can you not see their arm is red?
At Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch in Tuttle, we're more than just a restaurant, we're part of the community. Our friendly staff and warm atmosphere create a welcoming environment for our guests. Come experience the warmth and hospitality of our neighborhood barbecue joint for yourself. We can't wait to serve you at Smokin' Joe's Rib Ranch, Tuttle.
And we are back live at Smokin' Joe's right now. My wife is getting ready to go in and place an order, so I'm looking forward to getting my dinner coming up here. Right now we got head coach Bobby Williams. Good to see you, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
I don't see you much nowadays. We kind of run into each other in passing around the school, but good to see you again, and looking forward to a great wrestling season again. I mean, lots of things. This summer, you guys spent a lot of time up there. Every morning I'd be up there around the school doing work, mowing, doing whatever, and the wrestling door would be open, so I'd have to go mow somewhere else. So you guys were hard at it.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of guys wrestling this summer on various age groups, and so, wrestling is, we always say we wrestle 11-month season, being just August is what we get off, and then we're right back to it. But our guys definitely put in the time over the summer, and we had a couple guys that reaped the awards from that, so that was exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Ballard mentioned it a little bit. I think Sean Roundsville won and I don't know all the terms, I'll have to admit it. Was it a Greco-Roman tournament or a Greco?
Yeah, he won the Greco national title in cadets, and then he also was an All-American in freestyle, and so that's even more impressive on kind of the folk style that we wrestle.
Gotcha.
That's more kind of leans towards our folk style is freestyle, and so he All-American in that, and then was a national champion in Greco, so he double All-American this year.
Awesome.
What is the toughest tournament in the nation?
Very
for high
cool.
School.
Yeah, no, very cool. So, and again, that just kind of points to the success that this program has had, because this is what year for you as the head coach?
This will be my fourth year.
Fourth year, stepped in for Coach Serber, who obviously, things were rolling. So that's kind of a big shoe to fill right there. So talk about that transition a little bit, stepping into that.
So I had the honor of wrestling under him when I was in high school here, and then came back in 2015, I believe, and was an assistant since then and took over in the last 4. This will be my 4th year. It's been smooth. He's our principal now, so It's not like he's too far away, and I can ask him questions, and any kind of concerns that I have, I can bounce off of him. And he still comes in the room every once in a while whenever he can, and so he comes down, and it's worked out really well. It's been a good transition.
Yeah, and been able to keep that level of success up. I think dual state. We're on what number is it now? Do you know?
We have 20 total.
Okay.
We've won 14 in a row. We're tied for first with Perry for most consecutive.
Awesome.
And so looking to break that record next year.
Yeah, and so that's dual state, team state.
We're 20 total, and we're on a 15-year run.
Awesome.
State.
And I think the last few years, I mean, we've had I don't know if we've had every weight class in the tournament or make it to state.
Pretty close. Last year we qualified all 14, and so that's unique in itself. That's always a goal for us, and it's tough to do.
Yeah.
But we were able to do that last year and brought all 14 in. That's a good feeling going into state.
Absolutely, that's a good place to be, and kind of a new thing that some people may not realize. There's a girls wrestling program now as well, and I believe we just had our first college signee from the girls program.
Yep. We had Rayleigh Fisher last year. She was a state finalist in the girls division. Girls is all under one class. There's not 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. It's all one big class. She was state finalist for us and went on to OCU to continue her career. I believe this is the 3rd inaugural year, or maybe 4th, of the girls being sanctioned by the OSSAA. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
It's changed some things. Our state tournament's going to be a 3-day tournament now.
Okay.
In the past couple of years, it's been a 2-day, and it's been a lot. There's been
right.
a lot going on the floor.
Yeah.
And so, But we're looking to grow that program right now. I think we're 10, 15 strong. Looking to grow those numbers, junior high wise, more there. But high school, that's where we're still growing. It's still new to us, and we have some returning girls that wrestled last year that are looking to step in the same kind of shoes that Rayleigh was in.
Yeah.
So she was kind of the front runner of all the girls program. That's why we kind of started this thing in Tuttle.
Yeah.
Was because she needed a place to wrestle.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. So this upcoming season, obviously some kids graduate, got new ones coming up. I think, everybody hopes that it's going to stop at some point, but we just seem to reload every year. So I'm sure you got some new ones coming up and some guys that have had some success coming back.
Yeah, we return 2 state champs, 6 state placers. We have 8 state qualifiers, and we have a handful of junior high state placers from that freshman class coming up. It's going to be an exciting year, and there's going to be some guys that are going to be able to finally get their chance if things work out. We have a lot of weights that are going to be contested. There's quite a few guys that are going to be battling out for that, and that's fun to watch. We'll see how it shakes out there, but excited for the year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of your wrestlers, they're kids that play multiple sports.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys playing football right now.
From our sophomore class to seniors, we have 10 guys out there on the field, and a lot of them are starters.
Nice. So a lot of multi-sport athletes. So for you, kind of on a get-to-know-you kind of level, was there anything ever that you thought about doing other than wrestling? You've had a lot of success at wrestling. Was there ever anything else that you thought about doing?
I actually wanted to be a college coach.
Okay.
Is what I kind of had aspirations to do coming out of my college senior year. Was a grad assistant at the college I went to for a year, helped out on that level, and I got a call from Coach Serber and said, hey, it's time to come home. And my wife wanted to come home as well.
Nice.
I was out in Arkansas, and she didn't want to be out in Arkansas. She's from this area. And so I was like, all right, well, it sounds like we're going back home. And no, not really.
Gotcha.
I didn't go to school thinking that this is what I was going to do, of course, but I knew I wanted to be involved in wrestling some way.
Right. So I'm going to show you a picture real quick to see if did you ever want to be a professional skateboarder?
Yeah, this is my old days. The Tuttle skate park, I got that built when I was like 12. And so, that's back in my old skater days. It's just part of, there wasn't much to do in Tuttle, Oklahoma.
Right, right. So we could have had the next Tony Hawk, but now he's the wrestling coach.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
It's actually the reason why I quit doing that is because I got more involved in wrestling. And so
yeah, that skateboarding's kind of hard on you because the falls are not, they don't have mats out there for you to land on.
No, that gets brought up every once in a while. I see stuff like that pop up. I was like, hey, I was young, guys. Just something I enjoyed doing. And so, I'll see some kids skateboarding in high school. I'm like, hey, give me that real quick. I'll jump on it. But it's the only time I ever do it now. It hurts too much.
Yeah, those falls last a little longer these days.
Yeah.
So
your generation, it was the skateboards. My generation, it was the dirt bikes, not the motorcycle dirt bikes, but bicycles. And we would jump trash cans, go down big hills, and build ramps and jump over stuff. And then so
we didn't have that. I grew up like in the center of town, and so
there
was no land or nothing
there,
like that.
I think skate park's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, I took my kids over there on their scooters. Now scooters are a big thing, so their little scooters, they took them over there and tried to hurt themselves.
Been years since I've been over there. So.
Maybe a good spot for a wrestling commercial or something.
Yeah, we could take Bobby over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Relive his glory days.
Yeah, watch him fall down.
You have to let that hair grow out, though.
No, I'm out on that.
Did you see how ripped he was in that picture?
I know it.
You were 12 years old. He
had the locks flowing. I mean, that was nice.
Good stuff right there.
Yeah. Didn't know that was coming. It's all right.
Hey, we're prepared. Yeah. One thing about Tiger TV, we do our research.
You did your research.
Yep. Absolutely. I can't reveal my sources, but we do our research.
That's why we didn't share the commercials with you pre-show. We didn't want you to know that was coming.
Yeah, if you want to know anything about me, usually people just ask my mom. About all the information you want.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's some good stories out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, Smoking Joe's has turned the light off, so I don't know what that means for us, but
means we're a couple minutes away from ending our show. So it's been good though. It's been a great show. It's been a lot of fun. Glad you came out to join us. Eli, thanks for kind of running the show here. That was kind of our plan anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun to get back in the chair doing the coaches show again. And we're going to do a couple more coaches shows throughout the course of the year, and we'll absolutely let you know via social media when they're going to be. But we'll have a couple more coming up, and who knows where we'll be next time, but probably back here at Smoking Joe's, and if not here, we may be over there on the grass with the stadium behind us. So let it get a little bit darker.
Hey, and lots of good stuff coming up sports-wise. We got you can check your Tuttle Athletics, Tuttle Tiger app, that you can check the schedules and all that stuff. So if you haven't downloaded that, download the official Tuttle Tiger Athletics app on there.
The App Store.
Yep, App Store, Google Play Store, all that stuff. We got softball is entering their playoff season right now, so they're trying to make a run at another state title. I think that'd be number 12 or 13 if I'm remembering correctly. So they're in their playoff season right now. Football's starting district play. We got Bethany at home tomorrow night at 7 o'clock under the lights. So that'll be a fantastic game and great way to kick off district play. And then before you know it, it's going to be basketball firing up, wrestling firing up. We're going to have all sorts of stuff going on. So I think band is preparing for their big competitions right now. I've seen them out practicing as I'm headed home from Little League football practice. So they've been going hard. So lots of stuff going on. So stay tuned. Support those Tigers. It's always great to have a huge crowd out there going nuts.
Yep, band's over there. You might even be able to hear a little bit, but the band is over there on the field right now working on their show, so looking forward to that. I think they're going to perform tomorrow night. So that's it for us here tonight at Smokin' Joe's here in Tuttle on Main Street. If you haven't been to Smokin' Joe's yet, you need to come by and try Smokin' Joe's out. Best barbecue in the county. Guarantee it. You're going to love it. So come on down to Smokin' Joe's, and tomorrow night, come find you a seat over there at Richardson Family Stadium and watch the Tigers play the Bethany Broncos.
Yep, we'll be on Tiger TV, 6:30, the Williams Foods pregame show will fire up, and then 7 o'clock will be kickoff. We're excited about that one. We love it, and it's going to be a great night for football.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Tiger TV.